G'day, folks. How you going? Keithy Broom here on a beautiful Monday night here. It's the 18th of June 2018, and I'm in Brisbane, and it's a little bit cool. Just checking, we are live here. Thanks to the people who are waiting. We're just waiting for Bill to move to a better Wi-Fi reception area. He's in Dubai. He's back there. He seems to live there at the moment. He's got a lot of business to do there regarding Swiss Gold Global and our ICOs and the bankers over there and getting things in place. So he's spending a lot of time over there and a lot of hours. So we've got a couple of things to talk about tonight. And of course, everyone's heard or may not have heard or is waiting to get a full and proper explanation of what's happened with the Bitcoin mining contracts. They have gone live and are available in the new format. And basically what we were purchasing before up until 2 days ago was Bitcoin mining contracts for 0.2 terahash for $35.80. And they had a maintenance fee through Genesis of 28 cents per terahash. Now they brought out a new refined version of a $57 Bitcoin mining contract for 0.2 terahash. It has a 5-year expiration date. After 5 years, it'll stop paying. And the maintenance fee, instead of 28 cents, has been dropped by 50% to 14 cents per terahash. So to explain all this, before I cross to Claudia, she's in Germany, I'll just say a quick hi to young Paul Weeks. And I'll say that young Paul Weeks because you had your birthday on the weekend. So many happy returns, mate. You're looking sprightly and young as usual.
Yeah, very much. So I had to go and find a jumper. Look, a jumper on the Gold Coast. Well, it's got champions on it, but yeah, it's a bit cool down here. But we'll get over our 2 days of winter. By the end of the week, we'll be back to normal.
Yeah, great. Do you enjoy your birthday, mate?
Yeah, I had a really, really good time, except for my other teams that I followed did not perform. I performed, they didn't, but it was a very good weekend.
Okay,
thank you.
Fantastic. Good. Always good to have you on. Bill is there. We might just quickly check with Bill. Can you hear us, Bill? He's in Dubai. And I just said to Paul and Claudia before that I can't believe that the Wi-Fi or internet over in Dubai is, we seem to have this problem every time where Bill goes up. You'll have to change hotels, Bill, or go to somewhere, go to a shopping mall maybe. Might have better Wi-Fi there. Go to McDonald's, but don't eat anything, Bill, because I know you're a very healthy guy. So we'll try and get Bill on. We'll try and, he's going to try and get on. So hopefully we can get to him and have a chat with him. So we'll cross to Claudia and say a very good morning to you. It's nighttime over here, morning time for you, Claudia. First off, how are you this week? How's things going?
Hi, Keithy. I'm good. You know, Germany lost in football. What can I say? Everybody is upset. I was not. I was for Mexico.
Oh, yeah. Unbelievable. The World Cup is full of ups and downs. This particular, you can't predict it, and which is a fantastic segue to come straight into cryptocurrency, because at the moment you can't predict what's going on. It's exciting, like the World Cup football is exciting, and there's lots of countries competing for the same goal, and that's to be number one. And in the crypto world, there's all these coins competing to be number one and have the best outcome for everybody who buys them and uses them. And the algorithms are specifically for different uses, and everyone's trying to find the best one. And us in the mining industry, cloud mining, we've had some ups and downs in the last 24 months. And the difficulty rate, as everyone knows, has gone up and up and up. So Genesis have come back now with an alternative option for us with our Bitcoin mining contracts. They've halved the maintenance fee. They've capped the years that the mining contract will go for, and they put the price up. So you're great friends. We have a great relationship with Genesis Mining. So I know it's been very sudden for everybody to just be notified, and us as well. There's a couple of little tricky things in the back office that haven't quite come through correctly. But what's your take on what Genesis have done? What do you think the reasoning behind their move to bring out limited year and change everything around, Claudia? Go ahead.
Good, Kitty. Yeah, well, I mean, first of all, again, I want to remember people, or remind people for that. Like, I'm, as you know, 10 years with Swiss Gold Global, and we started with gold and silver. I always said to people, and I want to say that just because that people understand, we always have to diversify. Never put all your eggs in one basket. I know people have gone super crazy, aggressive last year about crypto. And I have promoted it honestly very much as well. But I'm not sure about you, but I always put some of it back into gold. Why? Well, because again, I'm all about spreading risk. Now, I believe in a great future of Bitcoin. But as in any market, and as in any cycle, I mean, Germany was the superstar and they lost the game, the first one. Who could ever predict? This is the same with crypto. So why Genesis has changed that? I have not spoken to Genesis yet, but I know I believe Bill said we're going to go soon to Genesis when he's coming back from Dubai. But I see a couple of things here. That's my opinion. That's just my opinion, guys. And my opinion is we are now halfway through the next halving. What does it mean, the next halving? The next halving of Bitcoin, when there only will be mined 900 Bitcoin per day instead of 1,800. When Swiss Gold Global started with Genesis in late 2016, Bitcoin was roughly at $600. You needed 4 years to get cash flow positive, basically the money back, to start getting then into profit. That was the case back then. Just prior to that, Bitcoin went through a bear market, meaning it was quite some long time, I think 1.5 years or longer, actually pretty much stagnated, and it was stuck something like at $300 for quite a long time. And so what happened as well is in 2016, don't forget, June 2016, this was prior to Swiss Gold Global having their contracts, and we talked about it a lot in the beginning. Prior to that, actually, there was a halving. That means, of course, before that, before June 2016, there will be 3,600 Bitcoins mined per day. When that halving happened in June 2016, lots of contracts, and because Genesis back then, of course, they were also, I mean, this was the youngest or largest cloud mining company. They were just becoming a global player. So they were back then basically, 2 years in a game, something like that. They hadn't experienced themselves a halving yet in Bitcoin because, you know, they were too young of a company. And Bitcoin, of course, wasn't so long around. Now, lots of the contracts in Genesis back then actually went void. They were not prepared. They went void, meaning lots of contracts they had sold because Bitcoin didn't rise, did actually drop. This is prior to June 2016. And so, and there was a lot of noise. And then Genesis prepared themselves better. But of course, this is how you grow as a company. And then they put those things in place. Okay, we give you a 60 days, you know, if in case Bitcoin is not profitable, we will give you 60 days that we will still run. And we're going to basically, you're not going to get paid because the maintenance fee is higher, but at least we hold your contracts. So now they're already preparing themselves. We're going to go and have 2020 and Bitcoin difficulty, of course, which increasing. Bitcoin right now lower and probably looking to get lower again, quite lower. That's at least my opinion. But I'm bullish for long term, just not short and midterm. That's just the way it is. It's how cycles go, market cycles. And I'm a long-term holder. That's my point. I'm not a trader. I'm a long-term holder. So with that, I hold on to my Bitcoins. I hold through the good and the bad times. But going back to that, 2020, I believe, June, or don't I believe, I know, there will be a new halving. That means 900 Bitcoins will be mined only. That means, let's say, what's happening is the difficulty will increase. If Bitcoin doesn't grow and is in this bear market for longer, well, it could be, of course, that the profitability, which we already see, is getting down for the people, of course, which had the prior contracts. And the people with the new contracts which are being sold since 2 days, they are in a safer place, I would say. Why they're in a safer place? Because no matter what, if Bitcoin is stuck in a 2-year, let's say, bear market, which I don't really believe. I think it's going to maybe having another, I don't know, 4 or 5 months. But let's say Bitcoin is going to stay in a bear market like that, and it's maybe even going down, that if you buy those new contracts, well, you're not really making money, but at least your contract will not be deleted. And so when this time is coming, which will come, I believe, I mean, definitely it will, I mean, that's what I believe. The time will come when Bitcoin is running again, when it's growing, when it's getting like crazy. And it can only happen, again, like we saw in the last example, after the halving, because everything started after the halving, end of 2016, well, really beginning of 2017. This could be the same case. So that would be in something like, what, 2 years and a bit. And if this happening, then Bitcoin does this huge run again, and probably, as it always goes, market go like this, then it has higher highs, meaning it could actually, on top, of course, the 20,000 market, it can go then to maybe to the whatever, 30,000, 40, 50,000, who knows. People who have contracts then, of course, they're going to cash in crazy. And then, of course, there comes a time to cash in into sale, actually, and to buy maybe real estate, buy a business, buy something else. And that's my point of view. So in a nutshell, again, sorry, I have been tracking on, Kitty, but in a nutshell, I see these new contracts. Yes, they are more expensive, yet, again, they are 5 years. And if Bitcoin stays in a bear market and you at least don't lose those contracts, they will not get void. And you have a chance then, once it catches up, actually to have contracts which make you money. Now, people would say and argue, well, you could also buy Bitcoin outright. Sure, you can do that. Are you really going to hold through the bad times? I don't think so. Are you really then going to buy before the next bull run? I don't think so. You're probably going to go again and buy on the when it's the top, because this is just the normal people behavior. Now, not for the expert people, but the normal average people. So, you know, yes, I understood the contract is more expensive, but I still see it as a good deal, a very, very wise decision of Genesis, preparing them ahead to what is coming, because the market is unpredictable. But again, that's why we got to go into the core fundamentals of Bitcoin. Where did he go in? Actually, in Bitcoin. Well, I'm in gold because I believe in gold, because I believe that gold gives me a protection. And that's a hedge against inflation. When I went into Bitcoin, it wasn't because I would have thought it's going to go to 10,000. Not in the I really didn't. No, well, of course not 20,000, but I didn't even think it's going to go to 10,000. I mean, I would hope, but I didn't go into that. I went into Bitcoin because as money of freedom, which gives us freedom against the system, against the corrupt system we have in the world. That is why I went into Bitcoin, because I really understood, hey, this is very similar. This is gold 2.0. I need to get engaged in that. And this is what I want you to really grasp a little bit and to really get and dig into deep into it. Why are you in Bitcoin?
That's a lot of thinking to do for a lot of people there, Claudia. I guess from two two perspectives, and I'll get Paul's opinion as well, that a lot of people have joined in the last 18 months to 2 years who are looking for an income, who are looking to buy something and then start earning an income from that. And that's, I think, what a lot of people have come on board to try and earn from Bitcoin in the mining. And the hype around the acceleration last year, as you said, from early 2017 to late 2000 is spectacular, unbelievable. And earnings from those contracts that we bought in early gave us a fantastic, I guess, return, maybe whether realistic or not, has all come back to earth now. So I guess people have to sort of reassess or reset about why they're here in Bitcoin, why they're here in Bitcoin mining. Is it just for a short-term thing? They just want a short-term gain? Or do they really want to come in and understand that how does Swiss Gold Global actually operate? What do they actually do? They're gold and silver and cryptocurrency company, been going for 10 years. Now, if I think people sort of sit back and take that in, try and analyze that, that the gold and silver are a huge part of this business, Swiss Gold Global, and the cryptocurrency has been over 18 months now, and we've had some tremendous gains we've made some money from. Now it's slid down a bit. So if we're thinking long-term, and long-term nowadays, I was just talking about before we went live about what people think of long-term is only maybe 2 years people think is long-term now, not 10 or 15 years. People don't even think that far anymore. They think 1 or 2 years or 5 years being an extremely long-term project to be involved with, even though as you get older, time goes pretty rapidly. So I think the understanding we need to get our heads around is how we can help our members in Swiss Gold Global to understand gold and silver and Bitcoin mining in a longer-term strategy. And the partnership with Genesis Mining, they're the biggest cloud miner outside of China. Now, I did a little bit of research and I just Googled Bitcoin mining contracts, and a couple of opposition companies came up and none of them have got contracts. None of them got nothing for sale except Genesis. No one's got anything. And then most of their difficulty rate, their maintenance rate is over 35 cents per terahash. And at the current rate, they're not earning anything. So a lot of these companies where people have actually bought with them are earning zero. We're earning a little bit higher than zero, about 1.3 cents, something like that. At this stage where Bitcoin is, which is Bitcoin's at 666, I'll just quickly check. It's my morning ritual. I think we've got Bill on there, just maybe on his mobile, maybe you can hear us. Bitcoin is now 6521. It's sort of hovering around that. It hasn't really moved a great deal up to 7.6 round about there for the last week. So there's a lot of people playing with the market at the moment, buying and selling. So we have a system in Swiss Gold Global that we can use the mining, we can use the affiliate system to learn about gold and silver and build a business within Swiss Gold Global and take our profits from our Bitcoin mining and use those for purchasing gold and silver for generational wealth. That's what we should be aiming for to build. But we've got to get people into the mindset and also the training of how to do that when they're just coming into looking for part-time passive income, how to go to the next step after that. I'll just quickly ask Bill, if you can unmute your mic there, Bill, and just let us know if you can hear us. Go ahead, Bill, if you can. No, just give us a message if you can. I know you're trying on your phone, mate. Extra better. I'll try to turn off camera if that helps. Try to turn out. Yeah, Bill's just messaged me by WhatsApp. bloody hopeless, mate. He paid for extra bandwidth and it doesn't work. Classic. We can hear half a word, unfortunately, Bill. So I don't know what's going on there in Dubai. Must be a lot of interference from the oil wells around the particular hotel you're in. I wouldn't mind getting some feedback from you, Paul, on what I was just talking about. Most people coming into the business, are looking for a part-time income. What's their strategy, or is there any thought process from any of them about building a network, building a system within Swiss Gold Global? What's your thoughts on that?
It's very difficult at present. The part-time passive income was since 2016, or it's August of last year when I joined up with Swiss Gold Global. We get paid daily Bitcoin payouts was what we put together, because that's what building generational wealth was all about. It's just getting more difficult because of the downturn in the Bitcoin and also the difficulty rate. So trying to rev people up is difficult. But you're still getting paid every day, so that's the plus. And Bitcoin will rise. So we just got to monitor it, and that's all I can continue to do is tell people to continue with Swiss Gold Global on the new mining contracts and the contracts that we've currently got now.
Yeah, there's been a big shift, obviously, and it's over. It's 6 months now since Bitcoin started dropping. But in 6 months' time, what's your prediction? Where are we going to be? Are we going to be back where we were at 20,000 US? Or I've been looking at a lot online about people predicting what Bitcoin will be, and everyone's got. Some people are saying 3,000. Some people are saying 33,000. So who's the real experts? Who's got the inside information on what corporations are doing? What's the whispers that you're hearing, Bill? Anyone who's watching too, just type in the chat box what whispers you've heard. Any companies that are looking to get involved with Bitcoin and blockchain, just type in the chat area there, folks, of what you've heard that maybe we can talk about. What about you, Paul? What have you heard?
From what I read around all the places, different. You can go from the 6,000 in Russia, or you can go to the John McAfee 15,000. So somewhere between 6 and 15. That's about the only bandwidth I can actually give you. At present, it's riding around about 6.5. So we prefer it not to go to the 6, we prefer to go to the 15.
Yeah. I also heard from a so-called expert that a lot of big money, trillions of dollars, is waiting to come into the Bitcoin space as soon as a little bit more regulation around Bitcoin from governments and agencies that will give big investors a bit more security in the way they think about cryptocurrency. And once there's a few extra things in place that will suit those people who are normally put their millions into stocks and shares, they will start spending money in the crypto space, because even though there's a record amount, one guy I watch quite regularly said there was a phenomenal amount of trading done just the other day in Bitcoin, phenomenal amount of trading, changing hands of buying and selling. So the activity in the trading side of Bitcoin is enormous at the moment. So there's a lot of money being changed hands and buying and selling. But outside of that, there are people watching with massive amounts of money, huge, unfathomable amounts of money, apart from us sort of people who are trying to earn a small passive income. Once they get involved, then that's when your John McAfee prediction of $1 million for a Bitcoin starts to look like more reality. Once they're called institutional investors. So when are they going to come in? What needs to happen? Claudia, you've got your ear to the German soil, or wherever you happen to be in the world. What have you heard from so-called experts that you come across, Claudia?
Well, again, don't take my word, serious. But of course, legislation, there has to be a lot done still, and not regulation, of course, on it. And I mean, I don't know if I want to have it really regulated, but that's another opinion. But of course, we see, and that's why also another subject, the email which went out yesterday from Swissco Global, that right now for US citizens, they cannot purchase any new contracts. Meaning the old contracts, all fine, no problem, but they cannot purchase any new contracts with Swissco Global or Genesis at the moment. Genesis is working, as well as Swissco Global, with the lawyers in the US on regulation over there, because they still can't decide if mining is a security. It's not a security. Now, the SEC just said in the US, Ethereum is not a security, which is actually pretty surprising. I mean, certainly most of the real crypto guys, they thought Ethereum is going to be a security, but it's not. So you see, there's a lot of undecisiveness yet in that regulation part over there. And of course, the SEC, the Securities Exchange, is of course one of the leading organizations where then other countries do look at. But then, I mean, look, you could discuss it so long. Again, we got to go back to fundamentals, and fundamentals are, we are in a shit, sorry, my expression. Our world is basically in a massive problem, and it's just such a big problem. The stock markets, they are the highest at all their levels. You have the highest insider trading going on, the highest selling, not buying, the highest selling of the insiders of the big shares, Amazon, Netflix, Google, Apple, etc., going on, meaning the CEOs, the CTOs, the CFOs, whatsoever they're selling. Now, why are they selling? You have the highest gold buying going on. So for central banks, they're buying massively gold. You see China, Russia accumulating gold. There's a lot of talks. There's again talks about a Bitcoin ETF again, which of course would be bringing massive change to Bitcoin. So sooner or later, and again, we don't know. But when we started, it was right actually on when the crisis hit. So of course, in the preparation years to Swissco Global, that was when we are now 10 years, over 10 years. So the preparation years was really to launch Swissco Global was around, let's say, 2007. Yes, 2007, and it was really based on exactly what is going to happen in the economy, to prepare people, to protect people. And then 2008, it was launched, Swissco Global. But of course, and it was a massive crash. I'm absolutely massive. Lots of people wiped out, lost everything. Maybe not so much in Europe yet, but I know Spain, I know Iceland, I know Greece, very much there. But of course, I'm not sure how it was actually affected in Australia, Kitty. But the problem is now, you guys down under are in such a massive problem as well of debt, of no household savings, of low interest rates for so long time. When those interest rates of all those new houses and beautiful things you bought go up, and look, the bond market in Australia, in Italy, just last week, it went up 2,000%. 2,000%. 2,000%. I mean, this is, people don't understand it. The problem is that's the whole problem. They don't understand it. So they don't think. They think it's going to go on forever. They're going to be fine. They have their jobs. They're going to make their income. They don't really understand. And so when all those things hit, people look for a safe haven. Gold and silver is a safe haven. And I believe people will go into gold 2.0, which is Bitcoin, because again, Bitcoin gives this anonymity, but also, Bitcoin is, in one sense, gold 2.0 because it has similar characteristics. So then I see gold spike again. We just don't know when this is all fall together, but it will all fall together. We just don't know when. Yes,
indeed. It's a lot of things here. I guess there's lots of things all moving at the moment, and that makes it difficult for us at the moment. We're in this situation, but there's not a great deal we can do individually, or is there? Can we talk to people about Bitcoin? Can we try and get
a great deal, Keedy? There's a great deal.
A great deal. A great deal.
There's a great deal to talk to people.
Yeah, that's right. About Bitcoin and how we can get involved and understand what it is and the blockchain. There's so many companies adopting blockchain right now. So people just need to open a Bitcoin account and get involved and get started.
Yes, but also not just that. Also, again, we got to come back to the system we have with Swissquote Global. So ask people, so what are you doing right now, you know, about the economy? So what's your plan B? So are you having a plan B? How do you basically talking about residual income? That's the approach of Swissquote Global anyways. I mean, my aim always was to build a system where, because I learned that numbers, which I fell in love when I heard Don and Nancy Feiler talk about how to own your life, what it means to own your life, to build that system where you can get paid through sharing, through the marketing, which we do, the education which we give about gold, silver, Bitcoin, the education we give about, owning your own business, and building through that a system which then pays us in gold, silver, and Bitcoin. I mean, I rather get paid in gold, silver, and Bitcoin than, of course, I spend my own money, of course. I mean, and what do I have to do? Well, I have to service people, help them get started, help them gain knowledge, help them prepare for a crisis, help them getting a broader view. That's what I get paid for. So that's our job, and that is the approach we have to take. So we have a system which is so easy to do. Nobody needs to really sell. And when you apply our system, well, for $50 a month, less than $2 a day, you can actually own silver and Bitcoin mining, and you can get paid.
Very true. And that's, I guess, if people were just focused on the mining in it solely, and we're aware of the affiliate program, but I would suggest that most people don't understand the affiliate program at all. They've been talked to it in broad terms, but don't really understand the affiliate program is gold and silver and Bitcoin mining all wrapped it together, and commissions being paid in US dollars. You're the living proof, Claudia, of what one person can do to run a business over a number of years in gold and silver and Bitcoin, and that's have a worldwide business and travel whenever you want, do whatever you want, and basically just help people. So I guess some people sometimes, when you get to these situations, you've just got to step back and, as you say, the big picture. All of us are guilty of focusing on one particular part of particular business we're in that is performing well. And if that stops performing in the same area, same reason, or same level, then we tend to point the finger of blame at something else rather than ourselves. Rather, we should be stepping back and saying, well, I've joined Swissquote Global. I'm in one part of their business, but I don't really understand the other part. Should I step back and ask for some help? Should I ask my sponsor to explain to me clearly and precisely how the affiliate program works? Because I know if I pay $50 a month US, then I get 25% of that. I'll get in a contract anyway. So normally I'll buy contracts, but if I spend a little bit more and build a team under me of affiliates, then I can get all that back if I bring in 3 or 4 people into the business and help them. A small team of 3 or 4 people. Now, you could also ask people, if you're a free customer and you've bought contracts, how many people have you actually signed under your referral link who've also bought free contracts? So you've earned the 2.5% commission in hash power under you? Have you bought in 2 or 3 or 4 or 10 or 15 or 20 into you as a free customer and they're free customers? How many of those people that have you introduced to the business actually, when they're explained to them properly and concisely how the affiliate program works, that they can create a business for $170 and run it for $50 a month, get 3 or 4 people in as affiliates, and that's actually taken care of, doesn't actually cost you anything, because the commissions you earn in the program covers your $50. Well, it's actually less than that, because you get 25% of that, or $12.50 of that. You get in a mining contract every month. The $37.50 is covered by your referral commissions. Then you get to the stage where Claudia has been heavily focused on the business and built a massive team, that she's in a situation she doesn't need to worry about the money anymore. She just needs to worry about talking to as many people as possible. Now, I'll get you to answer a couple of things on that. Do you have a question here from Wealthy Forever? So we can take the worst scenario. All of us have the older contracts. When Bitcoin drops more and the contracts become unprofitable for 60 days, and void, we're all out of business. Now, people have said that before. What is the level? Now, last year when Bitcoin price was low, the tipping number was about $1,300 where it would become unprofitable for Genesis, and they'd have to sustain that level for 60 days, not go up or go down and not go up. So just think about the last 60 days of what we've had. It's sort of been 7,500 down to 7, down to 6,500, up to 7,000 down. It's been hovering up and down over the last 60 days. So is it, to answer that question, so it dropped down to 6,500 now, which it is. I'll just double check. 6,459. If that jumps to 6,800, does that mean the 60 days starts again and calculate from that particular time when it drops again? And if it goes up to 7,500 and then hovers there, then it starts going down. Does it then start again for 60 days once it's there? So we're actually resetting the 60-day time frame, or is it just once it hits a certain period and it floats up and down? Well, if it floats up above the certain level, then it's profitable. But if it drops down below a certain level, then it's not profitable. If it keeps jumping up and down, does that 60 days get reset, Claudia? I guess, is that a reasonable question?
Yeah, I mean, that's how the general terms actually, say. Basically, if it becomes 60 days in a row, what does it mean in a row? 60 days continuously without interruption, unprofitable, the contracts are void. There's no contract anymore. What you made in Bitcoin is yours. If it goes up Bitcoin, well, you anyway, eventually have gained in it. Maybe not short term, but in the long term. But yes, but if, like, let's say it falls down and it's now unprofitable for a few days, but then it comes up again and it becomes profitable again, because got to understand, those machines keep running, they keep mining, and then of course it's going to continue again, and then you have again 60 days time, so before they become void, if they start. So I mean, again, and then also I want to remind people, when we started with Swissquote Global in 2016, the mining, the maintenance fee was at 35 or 34 cents. So we didn't start out with 28 cents, out with 35 or 34 cents. So those people who bought, like myself, the early contracts in 2016, well, of course, I made my money. I mean, we had a huge run in it. But right now, they're not profitable. Right now, the contracts from 2016 I bought, they're not profitable at this moment of time. So they're barely a zero out. And the 28 cents contracts, they're still profitable, but of course, as you said, not much. So I mean, they are, but not that much at the moment. Again, so but you can calculate calculate it. I mean, go just to Alice Comp and calculate, put it in 1 terahash. Let's say, I mean, I could share my screen if you wish, Kitty.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Let me just share my screen. Share screen. Share screen. Okay. So do you see my screen?
Yep. Yep, sure do.
Okay. So just look at here. You go at Alice Comp, you have 1 terahash, and I'm talking about the $179, 1 terahash, the contract before with a 28 cents maintains fee. So right now we calculate based on today's Bitcoin price, $6,456. You see $33. So that means it's still profitable. Now let's change here this number, and let's put this number to 6,000 below here, calculate it again. Let's say it goes to 6,000. Still profitable, so we see it's still making 31 cents. Yes, you're still not out of business. Let's say we go back to $5,800. Let's say Bitcoin goes down. Still profitable. It's at 0.30 cents. Let's go further down. 5,000. Let's be crazy. 5,500. Okay, at 5,500, we see right now we are basically not making any more money. So we are not really profitable. So we're basically zero. That is when it starts to get worrying at 5,500. And so this is right now, that's right now is the game, what we have right now. That's 5,500.
Okay.
So
that's if everyone just looks at that, see the top of the screen there, all's ALLOS comp. Alice Comp, all oscomp.com, and then calculate. So just Google that or write it down, folks, or I'll put it in the chat if I can.
I did tons of video on that. I did tons of a demonstration on Alice Comp. Like this was the first one we really started out with. I mean, I did tons of that. But then, of course, let's play the other way around. If this goes back to 15,000 Bitcoin, I mean, we're making, of course, 76 cents per day, of course, taking off then the 28 cents on that contract. But let's go and let's go ahead and look at. Sorry, let's calculate it again at the price of today. Sorry, let me just go again ahead. Price of today. We go 1 terahash for the new contracts, just that you see 1 terahash, the new contracts. So let's play the scenario with the new contracts to go down to 14 cents to become unprofitable for Bitcoin has to go down. Okay, let's put in 4,000 maybe. 4,000. No, still profitable. Let's go back 3,000. Okay, now it's getting there. Let's put in, what did we say, 14 cents. Let's put in 2,800. Okay, this is here. Bitcoin needs to drop to 2,800 to actually become not profitable with the new mining contracts.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty, I mean, if it goes to 2,800, which some experts say that it could short-term go there, that means a really great entry point for people, an amazing entry point for people again. I mean, it could go, but if it goes, of course, down then also the big traders will not make any profit anymore. So huge traders will actually go out.
All right, okay.
I stop, how do I stop stranger sharing?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm still sharing.
You've got it.
Go ahead.
But that with the new contracts, they just keep going anyway for 5 years, don't they? They don't become null and void. Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. Now that's a very, very good tool you've just shown everyone there. All ALLOScomp.com, Alice Comp. Now you've done this on some videos of yours on your YouTube channel, the Swiss Gold Global YouTube channel. Is that where it is, Claudia?
It is there, but we also, like in the first presentations, in the first half year, we always would show and only use this calculator. Just later on, we switched more to using the Crypto Compare because it had all the other currencies as well on it.
Okay. You find that one is a little bit more accurate than the other one?
no, same deal. It's just with this one, you can change the Bitcoin price. With the other, you can't change the Bitcoin price.
Ah, all right. Well, there you go, folks. It's a little tool you can use to play around. Very, very good to give people a better understanding of how, and hopefully Wealthy Forever, you can, I'll try and write that in the chat. So it's HTTP, what is it? ALLOS comp.
Allos comp, yeah. But Kitty, my friend, I want again, I want to show you something. Like, this is old, but it doesn't matter. It's so, look at this. I don't want to make a promotion, but look at this card here.
Hang on, I'll just put you up. Yep. Does your office look like this? Don Failure. Yep. Failure. Yep.
Okay. So again, people need to be reminded. And when Paul said before, people want a residual income. We talked about, or you guys in Australia talked about residual income. Well, exactly that is what Swiss Gold Global is, if you approach it the right way. And it is, so ask yourself, and all the listeners as well, ask yourself the question, why do people get engaged in Bitcoin? Many of the not core people, the ones who are newer. Why? Give me your spiel, Paul and Kitty.
Why? Repeat the question, please.
Why did you want to go into Bitcoin? Why? And it's okay. It's fine. Any answer is fine.
For me, part-time passive income, where I could earn an income, but also with the affiliate side, helping people. I guess I've been involved in the internet with helping people for the last 3.5 years, and I learned about Bitcoin 3 years ago, and only got involved with Swiss Gold Global just over a year ago. So the ability to, especially at my age, I don't want to be lifting boxes or working 9 to 5 or working for somewhere else. I've always had my own businesses, and I found that I got really excited about Bitcoin being outside the banking system, and talking to people about that. Everyone wants to be less controlled by the government and the banks. Everyone uses the banks. They're, as Bill says, they're good for quite a few things, but people don't like being controlled by the banks. So this is an opportunity to work outside the banks and earn an income. And that's what attracts a lot of people. That's what attracted me. So, but knowing with anything you get involved in, you've got to try and understand as much as the business you can, 100% if you can. And most people only get to understand 50 or 60 or 70% and miss out on probably the 30% that maybe can make the real big difference about what they're doing. That's from me, Paul. What about you? And why did you get involved with Bitcoin?
Well, I guess essentially because a lot of people have a little bit of money that's out there and they want to earn more than what they're currently getting from the bank. And this was one way of doing it. So you either went into trading with Bitcoin, and prior to December, it was a very good thing to be in. But all the way down the track, you could actually see from the mining side of it, of Bitcoin, that there was more money to be made, well, good money to be made, other than putting the money in the bank. So if you were getting 2% a year out of a bank, here you were getting at least about 0.5% a day. So that's the reason why I went into Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Very good, Paul, and very good, of course, Kitty. But why do you need all this money for, folks?
Well, everyone has hopes and dreams of leading a lifestyle.
Aha, you said it. Stop.
Lifestyle. Lifestyles of the rich and famous. We don't want to be rich and famous. We don't want to be rich and famous. We just want to have a lifestyle that we love living. And that can mean different things to different people. But how do you get there? That's the key. And what options do you take? What opportunities do you follow through? I know you're holding your sign up again. When you subtract, hang on, what's this? This is what I think it means.
Does your office look like this?
Oh, yeah. And then there's an explanation on the back. Things where every day of your life, people don't have to work for more than 1 or 2 hours a day to do what they have to do. Then you would have all the money to do it. You have discovered a way to own your life by building a home-based business. We have a system for doing that, and it's so simple, anyone can do it. Doesn't require selling, blah, 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 blah. And the key words there is own your life. And unfortunately, most people don't own, someone else owns them, or someone has control over their life about what they should and shouldn't do. And that's what I try to be as independent as I possibly can. That's my makeup. And I like being around people who are independently minded as well. Obviously, 2 on the panel, fantastic people, Bill, and all the people involved with Swisscol Global. I found the coffee meetings we've had, they're all been like-minded people. And we've met a lot of them, met hundreds over the time that we've sort of done our coffee hangouts with Paul and meetings here in Brisbane. And when you and Bill came, we had a whole bunch of people came for those meetings there. And we go to other meetup groups as well in the cryptocurrency space. Perhaps we should start, Paul, going to gold and silver meetings. That's the one thing we haven't done. We've done Bitcoin meetings and blockchain meetings and you name it. They're all...
No, don't gold and silver meetings. They're boring.
Oh, they're boring. All right. Okay. The crypto meetings I've been to, boy, there's been some really excitable people there. They're really excited about the space and there's all this buzz and energy. So that's why we want to be around those people so we can learn and earn. That's the basic. And then live your life, or what was that? Live your life. Is that the?
Yeah, own your life. So the point is really the point. The point of that is lots of people get involved into Bitcoin because of the return, because it provides them a better lifestyle. And people join people in the business. People join you because they like you. They followed you. They see you going somewhere. You have a plan. They see you are moving in a direction. And so that's why they actually join you, Kitty. They don't join Swisscol Global. They don't join. Yes, they may interest in the Bitcoin, but they don't really join for that. They join because they follow you.
Yeah.
So the point is that we have a lifestyle business. We have a lifestyle business. Everybody is interested in lifestyle. If you focus in your approach with people to find out where they're at in life at this point and in time, how are they going? What are they doing to improving their lifestyle? Or are they even, are they even willing? Do they have a problem? We need to solve a problem. We are problem solvers. And the problem could be, well, they can't go send their kids to a private college because they don't have the money for it. They can't play golf like Paul because they don't have the money for it, because they need to still keep working. So we are problem solvers. If I could show you a way, Kitty, if I could show you a way, Paul, that wouldn't jeopardize what you're currently doing. So it wouldn't take away from what you're currently doing. Would you be open into looking at a lifestyle business, which you can, again, read it out, which basically is building a home-based business. We have a system that is so simple, anyone can do it. It doesn't require selling, and the best part, it wouldn't take much time. So what are you in? We are in Bitcoin, gold, and silver, and wealth education. Oh, great. It's as simple as that. And so it's a different approach. It's not the Bitcoin, it's not the gold, and don't go to gold seminars. I mean, they are really boring. Look for people's problem and go for seminars of which are inspiring, or where you learn something. The Bitcoin seminars is great, but also for where coaches, personal trainers, personal developers are talking to crowds to improve their lives. That's where you find people, because this is where you find people who are already hungry, who are interested, who know they're stuck at life, they just don't have a way to get out, and they're searching for ways. That's the people we have to approach.
Correct. Yeah. Now, I spoke to you last week about what we've just been talking about quite at length. Now, you told me you were, because it's good to what we're doing now, but the people listening live now and the people who watch the replay, unless they're furiously writing notes, that'll just go woof, they'll forget it, right? So you mentioned that in our back office right now in Swiss Gold Global, there is the training section there as a free customer or an affiliate has access, or is it just affiliates to the certain part, or free customers can get into the training area as well, Claudia?
Only affiliates. Only
affiliates in the back office there, the education space, isn't it? Is that the one?
And correct, that's the one, but it's only for affiliates.
But what about in the help center? If we go to
look at YouTube, there's a lot of trainings on the YouTube on the official Swiss Gold Global channel. As you and I checked out, there's lots of trainings on that.
Yeah, that's right. Now that's just go to YouTube and type in Swiss Gold Global. There's 2 channels. There's Swiss Gold Global with your picture on it. So that's the one you do all the videos. And there's Swiss Gold Global 2.0, which Bill's got a bit of input into that one. Live interviews with Genesis, etc., etc. But your one, just Swiss Gold Global, save that as a favorite and go through the videos there. But what I meant to say was you're starting a training system now, like an updated version to include the Bitcoin part of that, how to talk to people about it. Now, what format do you hope to do that? I know I did a little bit of a live Facebook thing in our main group. What sort of format are you looking at so we can help people over the next couple of months that they can have a steady stream of information they can act on, like a training course within Swiss Gold Global, up to date sort of, because I know the back office is going to be all updated but you're going to be putting out content that people can act on and use.
Yes, videos with PDFs.
So that's, and how long before things you can start sending that information out to the members?
Well, I hope that actually by probably Wednesday or Thursday we will have the first sort of like it's a membership site. So meaning that's just my team. And it have access to everybody. I mean, I really don't care. Anybody can use it. But it's just basically it's a membership site. So you need to just log in, create your own login. Which I have purchased in a platform where you buy those membership sites, and then basically you can just watch the video, you can watch the replay again to it, you can have a little PDF there, and excuse me if I have sometimes a spelling mistake, but hey, I'm German, what can I say? You know?
We're not worried about your pronunciation or your spelling, Claudia, don't worry about that. We're just fascinated with your results that you've achieved year after year. And a lot of people say, well, how does she do it? How does she do it? How does that woman do all that stuff? How is she so motivated all the time? And how is she so successful? We want to know her secrets of how she does that. Now, would that be available to free customers or just to affiliates to get into that site?
Well, the thing is that, of course, the free customers, see, there's always a pro and a con. Free customers, they don't want to really get this information so much. They feel it's too overwhelming, maybe. They don't really, you know, like a lot of gold customers, they just want to buy their gold and that's it. They don't want nothing anymore. I mean, free customers could create an account if they wish to or want to use that information. Well, I don't know, yeah, but usually, I mean, there's information, you know, learning specific business skills, how to approach, how to talk to people, how to do a freeway, how to close people, how to follow them, that they do take action. And so I'm not sure if a customer really wants that.
Yeah. All right. Well, maybe we can do sort of a halfway bit of an introduction with the Facebook Lives, do a little bit of generalized explanation of, and through video, your videos of how the affiliate system works in basic terminology that people can understand and get a real bit of a handle on, that maybe their sponsor has no idea as well. I get a lot of questions about different things that I said, what's your sponsor told you? And they said, oh, they don't know either. Well, why did you join them? I don't know. They just, where did you find them? Oh, I just saw them on the internet. So a lot of people do need help because they generally want to learn, but the people that they join with, unfortunately, can't help them. So that's maybe where we can come in and do some Facebook Lives through the group or some videos on your channel there. Hey, guys, it's an hour and 5 minutes. I can't believe it. Paul, you'll have to stop talking, mate. You've been rattling on too much, mate.
Missing out on home and away. Yeah, they're all about Bitcoin tonight.
Home and away. Well, that's a soapy in Australia, folks. If you were wondering what that is, it's the name of a soapy program. All right. Well, any last parting words, Paul? Predictions? What you're doing this week? How things are going in Australia for you? Any predictions?
The predictions is that we're just going to continue to monitor, buy and talk to people about getting into Swiss Gold Global and about Bitcoin and everything that it has to offer. Yeah, we touched on the affiliate program the other day, and I'm talking to my people that say, look, you know, if you have $50, get in, and if you really want to make this business work, become an affiliate and get on board.
Yep. Okay. All right. Claudia, final thoughts.
Own your life.
Own your life.
Final thoughts? No, I mean, just, you know, again, yeah, I understand if people got with a lot of money into the mining contracts. I understand their concern totally, very much. So, you know, we got to stay, of course, positive there. I believe in the long term, Bitcoin will play out, but not in the short term, but in the long term. So just hold your vision and understand to create other sources of income. And always, and I remember so vividly our first presentations with When Bitcoin Came. We had this thing there. It says, spread your risk, spread your risk. Don't put all eggs in one basket. Gold, silver, Bitcoin. And yeah, do that. Spread your risk. You know, don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Correct. All right. Now, thank you very much, Claudia and Paul. And for members watching and new people watching for the first time, Swiss Gold Global, we've got gold, we've got silver, we've got cryptocurrency mining, but we've also got ICOs coming up in the next few months. We have another leg or another part of our business. Plus, we have the affiliate program. So there's actually 5 parts of Swiss Gold Global. How many parts are you involved in right now? Ask yourself that honest question. How much of the business are you actually fully involved in? Just one part? See, we've got 5 parts. Are you in 20%, 40, 60, 80, or 100% of the business? Which part are you involved in? Obviously, ICOs aren't out, so we can't be involved in that yet. But that's exciting, and the news when that comes out, that'll be great. Another exciting thing to talk to people about, the Swiss Gold Global company and opportunities within that company. 10 years old and still going strong. Thank you, folks. Thanks for a couple of questions we got. And the people watching, it is recorded, so you can send this link to people. And look out for Claudia's trainings coming up on the affiliate business in the Facebook group and on the Swiss Gold Global YouTube channel. Have a great week. Stay positive. Bitcoin will rise. We're just in a little bit of a dip at the moment, and a little dip could be 2 or 3 or 4 months. And then as that AllScops calculator is a great thing. You can play around with the numbers and see if it goes back up to 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,000 US and what the earnings would be. That's a fantastic calculator to play with. So might put that in the Facebook group so everyone can start getting a little bit more basic information of playing around with the numbers there for the contracts. All right, thanks, guys. We'll see you on the next one. Have a fantastic week. Speak soon. Bye-bye.